Good evening, fam. It is roughly 11:30 in the night. Very last minute plan, but I'll go meet Ricky, who's a very dear friend of mine since college. He lives a little far, so we'll get to ride a little bit as well, if you know what I mean. The roads are nice and empty. I didn't go on my morning ride today, so the bug's been itching. Anyways, we'll get onto the bike and I'll talk to you all from there. Stick around, let's keep putting in the work. What is up, YouTube? So we didn't manage to get a Sunday ride in today, so I've been itching since morning to ride a little more. I see a little shady crowd on the road today, but nevertheless we'll just, I guess, be careful. So as I told you where I'm headed, let me see how this goes. I will talk to you more once the road is a little more clear. I don't want to bore you all on a traffic stop, yeah. So yeah, hold up. तो ये हालत है संडे की मुंबई के बॉम्बे के रास्तों पर rather. I really don't like what the city is turning into, yeah, because I don't know, there's no roads left with what the stuff they're planning. Maybe they know what they're doing, but I don't see a very concrete future in it, because we don't have the infrastructure for what they want to do. तुम लोगों को बनाना है, पहले रास्ते बनाओ, फिर मेट्रो बनाओ, फिर दूसरे काम करो. चलाने के रास्ते नहीं है, and you want to put up pillars in the middle of a 2-lane road. What do I say? Sorry, I don't usually, or actually I do cuss sometimes. It's just unfiltered, you know. I give my honest opinion. I'm not gonna sugarcoat bullshit. I try not to, at least. Bhai Sahab, this guy wants to carry chairs, man, on a scooter right in front of me. Imagine if one chair falls, or if he disbalances it and just leaves the whole rack. You know what's gonna happen to us, right? We can't afford that, bruh. They say drop a gear, disappear. I say fucking one gear up and disappear. Fuck that shit. Alright, so we are on our way to see my dear friend Ricky. We've been friends since college, so pretty close that way. He's also into sport biking, into biking basically. He helped me out even, you know, when I was searching for bikes and stuff like that, especially when I was looking out for this one. And I used to keep discussing with him, you know, we used to speak about the bike, pros and cons and blah blah blah. Guy is so sweet. There was another Ducati 899 on sale, which he really badly wanted me to buy, and I was like, sorry, I'm a no Ducati gang. Ducatis ain't happening, bro. So poor guy, he called up the service dudes and you know, found out the whole service cost and all of that for the Ducatis. But yeah, I'm more than happy with the route we went with this particular bike. So yeah, touch wood, let's leave it at that. But ever since I've got the bike, he hasn't had a chance to see it. You know, the first Sunday we were supposed to catch up, didn't work out. Second Sunday he got busy, we were supposed to ride. Third Sunday again something happened. I said, fuck this shit, I'm gonna go see my buddy and show him the bike and have a little fun as well. Yep, that's what I meant. So that's the plan for the night. Let's just go see him, show him the bike. I owe it to him. He's been craving to see it ever since we've got it, but it's just not worked out. He lives a good 25 kilometers away, and you'll be like, oh my god bro, 25 kilometers? No, on a bike like this it's like, yes, oh my god, 25 kilometers. You get my point? So yeah, that's that. So let's ride till there and have a little fun. I'm gonna have to take this. Fuck, I knew it. And so, what patchwork is this? Yeah, what patchwork is this? Can't run a super sport in the city. And this is supposed to be the highway. Lol. See ya now. This is what I mean by getting triggered. So yeah, stay away. Let them do their shit. Everybody gets excited looking at a 1000cc sport bike humming by you, but don't add fuel to the fire. Chill out, do your own thing, and just keep moving. I need to break away from the pack. Then chod, my fucking high beam goes somewhere else only, man. I'm gonna have to set my high beam soon. Like, I like the high beam being a particular this, like when I put it on, it should give me additional light. Of course it does, but I have a feeling that it's not been set correctly. So I think it's time to sort of just tinker around and reset the beam. I don't want to ride on high beam because this poor guy will go blind. Oh, chacha. This bike is too much, yeah, sometimes. Too much it is. So anyways, this is how friends are. You know, they won't come and see you and all. Ricky, I know you're watching the vlog, fucker. You know, none of my girlfriends have eaten so much bhav as much as this guy has. So yeah, he's gonna get it from me today. Nice pasting he'll get. Man, my thing is backfiring. I love it. I fucking love it. So yeah, I've been waiting to see him as well. You know, it's always a very healthy conversation whenever we catch up, whenever we talk. I get to learn a lot from him. We are always discussing bikes. We're discussing different things. We're discussing everything to do with bikes, and there's a lot of knowledge that is transferred, and that is the reason I would say choose your friends wisely. You know, keep the genuine ones close to your heart. This guy has done a lot. You know, very silently he does a lot for me, but yeah, he's the same guy, by the way, who I gave my what do you call it, my bubble visor from the KTM RC390. He's the guy I gave it to because he had helped me order it when I had to ship it from Chennai. So I gave it back to him as a little tribute to our friendship, and he's got it on his RC390. If I can show you that, I will show you that, but I'm not too sure. If his bike is around, I will show you what the visor looks like on his bike at the moment. And I don't like doing the whole rash riding thing where, you know, dudes are cutting through cars and doing all of that jazz. That's just not my style, man. I'm sorry. I think I don't know, I would like to ride a little more classy than do that. My life is not worth that risk of reaching, I don't know what, 0.3 seconds earlier. I like to take my own space when I ride. I like to take my own lane when I ride. Of course, unless I'm like squashed in a situation where I have to sort of pull through, you know. I think we've all been there, for example here. But yeah, break through the pack and just hold your own road, man. Just look at the situation. Look at, I mean, no roads. So yeah, let's hope let's hope we make it in time. I'm also trying a lot of different setups with my audio again. I want to get the best sound for y'all, and I will keep trying until and unless I can get rid of at least the maximum amount that I can of the wind noise. You know, I understand it's a factor that is very weird on motovlogging, where you just sometimes can't get rid of it, you know. And I know for a fact my helmet is a limitation, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go out and purchase another helmet worth 20 grand because you know, I'm having a little difficulty. I would rather work my way around. Yes, I'll purchase it when I need to upgrade my safety for sure, and I will very soon. But yeah, I'm not just gonna frivolously just fucking go change a helmet because I need to motovlog. No, I'm hoping the stretch on the way back will be clearer because it's like 11:58 right now, so it's almost 12 AM, and I'm hoping like when we head back after a few minutes of conversation and catching up, when we head back we'll get the roads a little clear, so we'll be able to at least keep it at a decent pace. You know, this is just absolute chaos. This is havoc. Yep, go go go, you the shiz, bro. There you go. Road Rossi, that's what I call xiao. Okay, we'll just keep the word xiao. For those who know. For those who don't, y'all will learn. Lol. Nice stretch of tarmac, nice. I just wish all the roads were like this, man. God, like you get 50 meters of good tarmac and you're like, oh, that feels so good, like a fucking orgasm. To be honest, that's what these bikes were built for, man. These bikes were like built for those fucking beautiful Swiss roads where like you're just like corner carving and you know like you won't hit a bump, you know. Not fucking roads where you've got to learn every bump at the back of your hand to save yourself. That's the difference. These bikes were made for like fucking butter smooth tarmac, you know, just like proper tarmac laid out, and you can just rip the shit out of the bike. Of course, not like rip the shit out of the bike, you get what I'm saying, but where you can, where worrying about the road was not one of the objectives. So we're at Goregaon now. It is roughly what, almost, oh, it's 12:01. Yeah, it's 12:01, and I see a little bit of chaos in traffic again. Okay, this looks bad. Yeah, what the fuck is this? Why at this hour? Kya ho gaya bhai? Oh, pataka. That's the amount of stress that riding in the city gives you. And the stress is not just, you know, it's not off the actual ride. It's the stress of taking care of your bike, watching out for idiots that will probably bump into your bike. And I think stressful situations are the ones that actually sort of bring you out as a more controlled human being. That's what I've always learned. Like every time you overcome a stressful situation, be it anything in life, be it a situation just related to like riding, biking, driving, anything, or be it a situation related to something else in life, you know, every time you overcome it, you will always come out a lot. You would have learned through that progress, you know, and you will come out a much more solid human being. You will know that, okay, fine, like this is what I've been able to handle, I'll probably handle the next hurdle as well. So you come out a much more totaled human being. So we're almost there. Sorry, my visor was open for a bit, but I think we've got to go in from here. So we go straight, not the first left, not the second left, the third left. I am good. I'm good. Hello ladies. Okay, not the first left, that was one left. Not the second left, there's the second left. So much bhav, my god.
Nice.
How are you?
Awesome.
Hello.
Doing well.
How are you?
Nice. Looking good.
Where you wanna take it?
Want a spin?
Yeah, take it. Just don't get caught.
Obviously.
Take it. Go for it. Go for it.
The tail looks camera.
Yeah, you were a fan of this tail, no? I'm not. I like the newer.
The camera.
Take it, bro. Alright fam, so we met our boy. It was so nice seeing him after so long. And yeah, it was a beautiful conversation, as I told you. Always so enriching, so much fun. We can now head back home. It's 11:13 on 11. Oh my god, it's 1:13. Lol. Alright, so it's 1:13 on the Kawasaki, and yeah, it's 1:15 on my watch, so roughly the same. We could yeah, all we need to do is now hit the highway and smash through the gears. Hopefully we get the highway clear now and you guys get to enjoy and experience this bike a little, just as me, because fuck man, there's just no place to ride this damn thing, honestly speaking. Holy mother of God. And I felt the traction kick in. Otherwise the bike would have gone to the moon. I can guarantee you that. I felt my hand rolling on the throttle and no power being delivered. That's how aggressive that throttle was. I want to switch the modes though and see what it can do. Let's see how comfortable I am on oh, it's on 1. Nope, definitely not 1. Okay, 2. Let's keep it on traction 2 and see how that changes. Does it? Okay, throttle's definitely already more responsive. Holy fuck. Okay, I feel that. Oh my goodness, that is some different throttle, man. And that's just one traction control level changed. Oh my god. Holy fuck. This is what I was looking for. Clear fucking roads, man. Clear fucking roads. Wow, I have not experienced anything like this before. What the fuck? Oh my god, oh my god. Man, can these bikes tickle your fucking testicles? Oh my god. Holy shit. I'm still recovering from the throttle response I felt back there. I'm still recovering. I can't process that thing. Fuck. Oh my god. I will have to stop at the side and take a breath. Oh my fucking god, I can't speak. Oh my god. Wow, I didn't mean to give you all that on camera, but that's what it felt like. Oh fuck. I should not have switched the power mode, dude. This is addictive. Oh my god, I shouldn't have switched the power mode. I really shouldn't have. It's like all of a sudden all 4 cylinders are just firing all together. I don't know if the sounds change as well. Like, what the fuck? The roar of the exhaust has got so much more throaty, man. Wow. I should not have switched the power mode. I can't believe how addictive this is. I should not have switched the power mode. How am I ever gonna go back to power mode 3? Holy moly. I love rev matching, man. I just love downshifting, rev matching the bike. I understand all slipper clutches and everything are fun. I mean, man, I need to focus right now. Like, all the new technology is fun on the bikes, you know, that do it for you auto flippers and stuff. But there's a whole different charm in rev matching your own bike. Look at the pull in 4th gear, holy fuck! Oh my god, this bike was not this in power mode, in traction control 3. Oh my god. This is balls to the walls power, man. This is fucking balls to the walls power. Holy shit. Like, these bikes are just fucking relentless in their pull. They're just fucking relentless. There is no end to the power on these bikes. There's just no end to it. You can try as hard as you want, but the bike will outrun you. I am shocked at how planted this bike was. Holy mother of God! Oh good God. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this bike. I feel like I've had the best sex of my life. Lol. I'm sorry, but that's what it felt like. Tunnel time! Let's not make too much noise. Fuck, this traction control thing just completely changed it all. And I was speaking to a friend today, Mehul. You should go check out his channel as well. Dude's doing some good shit. So he told me that, you know, start dropping the traction levels and you see how the bike becomes lively, you know, because there's too much, you're giving it full power but the traction's intervening at a very high rate. So he was in a way right, I have to admit. So thank you, Mehul, for the piece of advice. Oopsie cat, I don't want to run over anything right now. It's a small little kitty. Small. How do we spell small, guys? How do we spell small? We spell small as S-M-O-L-L, period. There's no argument on that. Small. Anyways, guys, if you guys did enjoy this vlog, I am gonna end it right here. I am very close to home. So yes, thank you for watching. Give us the thumbs up. Go hit the subscribe if you guys enjoyed it and you want more content like this. Stick around, stay blessed, keep putting the work, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Signing off.
हम पहुंच चुके हैं घर. It was a mad run. I'm so glad I met Ricky. We'll call it a night. Stick around, stay blessed, keep putting the work. I have to be soft. Go hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and I will catch you guys in the next one.